like it, other than the Rams. Detroit by 40.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh?
Welcome into Intentional Lounging, everybody. Playoff football is here. M5 Squirrels, they are the winner of the weekly pick'ems. Congratulations to you guys. Sending a t-shirt your way. Awards show's out now. This is the last reminder I'm sending you guys. Make sure you guys go watch that to see the highlights from this past year. Shout out to Sharps, our boys over there. We're loving it. We've been using it more. It's a social media for bettors. You guys can go actually hit the whale tail, and it'll take you straight to the sport books where you can tail the plays that we have our actual money on. Great app. Use code BET269. That's bet with two T's, BETT 269 over on Sharps. Download the app now. It's completely free. And guys, it is January. It's a new year, playoff football, and we had a pretty good playoff performance going into it with a new host of the month. Everybody, put your hands together. Hot January, hot December for Mr. Ethan.
Well deserved.
Needed it, boys. Brought up the rear last year, so we'll end strong. Hopefully carry over into January.
Dude, you killed it. And great month for all of us, actually. We had only one losing month in all of 2023. Huge bounce back. You guys ready to keep it going in 2024 with some playoff football?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So much better than week 18.
Oh, infinitely better. I'm glad the preseason's over.
Oh, yeah.
The Browns are heading to Houston to face Texans. Texans are 2.5-point home dogs. Over under is set at 44.5. What do you think, dude? Texans, Browns.
I want to like Cleveland so bad. Wyatt and I were filming the basketball show this morning talking about this game. Can't believe that Cleveland is the public side in this game. I definitely thought Houston at home, CJ Stroud, the whole story, winning the division late because Jacksonville choked it away. That screams a public team to me. And somehow Cleveland is like the most public team of the week. So that scares me. I don't know if I can bet this game. I would take Houston in a teaser plus 8.5. I guess right now for the graphic, I lean Houston plus the 2.5. Just really shocked that they aren't the public side in this one. So it's kind of throwing me off here. I wanted to like Cleveland with their defense, but ultimately I still have reservations about Joe Flacco. Just don't know if he's the guy that's going to bring them to where they want to go. Small lean on Houston. I do like the under 44.5 in this game because I do think Cleveland's defense will cause issues for CJ Stroud, and I think I just don't know if Cleveland's offense is going to keep putting up the production that they've been able to do to end the season. This is obviously a win or go home game, so we're going to get max effort from both defenses here. Offenses as well, but I think defense sets the pace early. Lean on the under, lean on Houston. Think Houston in a teaser probably gets there. Not sure if I'll be betting this game.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I was in love with Cleveland. I have since put a massive X on this game, and I have flipped to Houston at the plus 2.5 as well. Same exact reasoning Ethan just said. Why the hell is Cleveland the public team here? I mean, you think the public, yes, Cleveland is doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, but you think the public would catch on and be like, are we really going to back Joe Flacco? So I was expecting the same thing. Houston's a very fun team to watch. They're the Washington of what Washington was in college football in the NFL. Very fun team to watch, high-powered offense. Just this new person on the scene. And then you got Cleveland, who has Joe Flacco, who's 55 years old. Their defense is great, but also terrible at the same time. They have a second and third string running back. Their wide receivers, besides Amari Cooper, are garbage. Like, I don't know how Cleveland's here. I don't think Cleveland knows how they're here. And I can't believe the public is on Cleveland. And I hate siding with the public. So I hope Cleveland wins. And it's a weird thing to say because I really hate Ohio, but I hate Ohio State more, and Stroud's Ohio State boy. But I'm going to take them at the plus 2.5. And I think I'm probably going to bet it. And I really hope I'm not going to, but I think Houston's the play.
Well, boys, I hope you keep your lunch down because it's going to be a whole squad of Houston over here.
Damn it.
Looking at this game, absolutely, you guys had it completely right. The Browns, they're going to try to rely on that defense, which has not looked the same. And honestly, I thought Houston, Good game, guys. You had a heck of a season. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Noah. He's been on the Texans bandwagon all year. But I thought last week was their last game. I thought the Colts were knocking them out. I was impressed that they were able to go in, win, and I know Jags, they choked away that division, but wow. The Texans made it this far, and a lot of these games were because of just Stroud just outwilling and outperforming the other quarterback. We say we got Joe Flacco on the other side, man. I hate it, but I'm rolling with Stroud, whether he can read or not.
Can read defense. That's all that matters for me.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Let's go to the other game on Saturday. The Dolphins head to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Chiefs are 4.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 44. I started with Ethan, so I guess that means I have to go to Wyatt to start this one.
Well, it's good that Ethan got his heater on because they're going to need the heaters on for this game. Single digits is from everything I'm seeing. I mean, Ben, you're closer to Kansas City
Near
than
zero.
we are. Near zero. I will say the one thing I am excited for, we're not getting a whole lot of wildcard weekend weather games. I mean, Green Bay is at Dallas, which is inside. Detroit's at Detroit. Philly's at Tampa Bay. Buffalo should be a cold, nice, snowy game. But we really only have 2 outside games. And Kansas City is one of them, and it's going to be a freezing cold game. I think I don't know. Miami is they beat up on the small guys all year. That's all they do. I don't really know a good team they beat. They beat Dallas, didn't they? They beat Dallas at home. But they just beat up on the small guy. And I've seen every single stat in the book. I don't know who spent all the time in the world figuring out each team's record against the spread when there's a certain percentage of precipitation in the air and degrees Fahrenheit and Celsius and everything. They found out everything in this game, everything suggesting Kansas City. I'm trying to pump that out to get everyone jumping on Kansas City. I ultimately think Kansas City wins the game. I think Kansas City is the better team, less of the frauds of the two. But I think if this line 4.5 is such a crappy football number, I think I got to take Miami at the plus 4.5. Wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City wins by a touchdown. But I could also see this being a super low scoring game where it's a 1 to a 3-point game. So I got to take the 4.5. Again, would not be surprised if Kansas City wins by a touchdown or more. I don't love this game. Don't have a side that I really love to bet yet. Might get in on the total or something. But as of right now, I'll probably be taking Miami the plus 4.5 for the graphic. Again, I think Kansas City wins. Don't love this game. Looking forward to a good weather football game, but that's about it in this one.
Yeah, we're pretty eye to eye in this one, I think. Kind of mentioned it to you guys off air today. I was looking to fade both these teams in the first round. I talked shit about Miami, week 7, saying that they had no chance to win a playoff game this year. Kind of stick by that, but I can't lay 4.5 with Kansas City either. So for the graphic, I do have to take Miami plus the points. But there's a couple of reasons why I don't love Miami. First of all, cluster injuries all across the board. They were without a ton of offensive pieces last week, which I know they're trying to get Mostert and Waddle back on the field. I think they ultimately play, but they're not 100%. Tyreek Hill's not 100%. Tua's not 100%. And then that doesn't even worry me nearly as much as the defense. Bradley Chubb done, Jalen Phillips done with those 2 injuries late in games where neither one should have even been on the field anymore. Linebackers got banged up this week. They just had to bring in Bruce Irvin and Justin Houston, maybe. I forget the other guy who they just brought in, some veteran who's not going to make a difference. The defensive side of the ball is a concern here for me for Miami. Don't give a rip about the cold weather. I know it's this huge swirling media story that Miami can't win in the weather. Doesn't really bother me that much. However, I do think that could slow down their offense, and I think the only way they could probably beat Kansas City is by just outscoring them. And I think that kind of slows them down. So I do think Kansas City probably figures out a way to win here, but I can't lay 4.5 just because I've not bought into Kansas City's offense. Lastly, this is a playoff game, obviously, but this is kind of a letdown spot for Miami here. They wanted that 2 seed. They could have hosted Pittsburgh. Now they have to go to Miami or to Kansas City in the cold. I mean, they're going to get up for this game, obviously, win or go home, but I just can't help but feel they're probably a little bit let down that they couldn't get it done against Buffalo last week. So Tough spot for Miami. Can't lay the points with Kansas City. Lean Miami plus the points. Think Kansas City wins outright. And then I like the under in this game. Not bought into Kansas City's offense. Don't know if Miami has the success we're used to seeing.
Well, Ethan, I thought you were going to leave a talking point for me, but then you stole my last one there at the end. I'm going to go Kansas City. Looking at this, you guys kept hitting on it, so I'm going to go quick. Miami's super banged up right now. And in that cold weather, I think that really increases your chance for re-aggravating an injury. I mean, your muscles, if you're not constantly moving and stuff, your chances to pull go way up. I was going to say the spot. This is a terrible spot for the Dolphins. Chiefs, they got to rest their starters in a game that didn't matter last week. So Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, they're all going to be coming in, rested, ready to go. Miami played hard, and they looked very pissed off at the end. And it wasn't like, I feel like even if they got blown out, it would have been better for Miami. But that was a hard-fought game all the way to the end. And now they go all the way from being the 2 seed down to the 6 seed, and now they have to travel to the Chiefs in freezing weather. I don't see the Dolphins getting it done. I think, like Wyatt said, they probably win by a touchdown. It's going to be an ugly one, but I think my guys get it done.
Can't bet against your team in the playoffs.
No, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to just keep taking them. Doesn't matter who they're playing. Not at this stage. The Steelers head to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills are 10-point favorites. Over-under set 36. 10's a huge number, especially in the playoffs. I mean, that's a huge number. Steelers, like the fraud. I don't want to call them frauds because nobody sees them as actual Super Bowl contenders this year. They're just a team that got in at the very tail end. I'm going to go with the Bills. They're at home. They're much better. I hate that I have to lay the 10, but the Steelers, they have no offense, man. They've got no offense, and now they're probably going to be without TJ Watt. I believe, is that confirmed they're without TJ?
Yeah. That's confirmed, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think the Steelers know they're not winning this game. So, I mean, Mike Tomlin got his winning season. I think that's the highlight. Ethan, what do you think?
Best bet in this game, Dawson Knox, first touchdown. Happens every year. So hit it last year, going for it again. But no, this game's tough. I mean, I have flashbacks. I laid a big number of Buffalo against Miami in the playoffs, wildcard weekend last year. Right. Buffalo was on the ropes the entire game. Never came close to covering the spread. However, that was Miami with explosive offense. This is Pittsburgh, who I think if Buffalo puts up 17, it's game over. So I lean Buffalo minus the 10 for the graphic. Again, just don't know if I can lay the points here.
Right.
I lean the over. And the one thing I will say, I think if you like Pittsburgh, you probably like the under. If you like Buffalo, you probably like the over. I think it's correlated. So if you like one or the other, I'd look to match it up with its correlated side, but I don't have much in this game. Go Bills for futures. That's about it.
Yeah, well, I just had a mid-show cross out, second one of the day so far. I mean, I really wanted to take Pittsburgh plus a 10. That's a lot of points. Yes, playoff game. Pittsburgh, no idea how they're here. Again, kind of like Cleveland. Cleveland has no idea how they found themselves in the playoffs with their fourth quarterback they tried this year. Pittsburgh is also on their fourth or fifth quarterback this year. They found themselves in the playoff. No idea how. But for some reason, they keep staying in games that we just don't expect. So that's the reason I was going to take Pittsburgh. No one expects this. But then I thought Buffalo, and Ethan brought up last year's Buffalo team, and the Buffalo team we've seen so many years in the past of a spectacular regular season and then just maybe win one or two playoff games or one playoff game and then absolutely just implode. But we all can agree, I think this is a little bit different Buffalo team, a team that started the season off miserable, clawed their whole way back till the end of the regular season, ended up winning their division. This is the first time I think we've seen a Buffalo team on the rise heading into the playoffs. Usually we see them at their peak and then they just declines. I think they're still just continuing to rise. So I'm going to change it, and I'm taking the Buffalo at the minus 10. I think Buffalo is going to win this one by 3+ touchdowns. I think they're going to blow this out of the water.
Yeah, I want to piggyback that just really quick because I have the same exact thought with Buffalo. the reason I don't think they're going to fizzle out in the playoffs like they did last season is because, like you said, they're on the rise. And I think they know the AFC has been the gauntlet of the NFL as long as Buffalo's been relevant. And I don't think it is this year. I think they know they don't have to go play Cincinnati because they're not even in it. Kansas City is
beneath them.
Probably the worst they've been since what'd you say, Ben?
They're beneath them, so they'd have to go to Buffalo.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
I don't think Buffalo feels threatened by the teams that typically threaten them and knock them out of the playoffs. So, yeah, I think they have just a ton of just encouragement, and I just think they think they're probably, the best or one of the top two teams in the AFC this year, and they don't have to play their nemesises at top form that usually knock them out. So, it's no secret I'm high on Buffalo, but.
All right, switched over to the NFC. The Packers are heading to Dallas to face the Cowboys. Cowboys are 7.5-point home favorites. Over/under set at 50.5. Ethan, what do you think, dude? You're not wearing the Dallas hat.
No, I'm not. I am curious to hear what Wyatt has to say because I know he likes this game. This line is 100% correct. Like, this is where I would set it. I don't know. I kind of would like to think this goes over, but I know that's the most public bet side. It's tough. I'm going to take a stab at Dallas minus the points. I think Dallas wins. I already tried threading the needle with Kansas City win and Miami plus the points. I'm not going to try to thread the needle here. I'll take Dallas minus the points. I'll lean on the under. Don't love this game. I think Dallas in a teaser, get them down to 1.5 money line parlay, somewhere in there. It's tough to see Dallas losing this game at home. I think you can tease them with Houston. That's probably your best teaser on the board. But I'll throw this to Wyatt because I know he has a better gauge on this game.
Yeah. In regards to the line, the 7.5, yes, it's a terrible line to take Dallas on. So I can see people jumping on Green Bay at the plus 7.5 because you get the hook. But I was kind of expecting this line to be kind of closer to that Pittsburgh-Buffalo game. I was kind of expecting at least an 8-point favorite for Dallas, maybe up to a 9. I doubt we would see a 10, but I was thinking like the 8 to a 9.5 point range on the spread. 7.5 seems a little low. And also, let's be real, Dallas is the Buffalo of the NFC in regards to past Buffalo years. This Dallas team is usually always in there, collapses in the playoffs I don't think they've won a championships in our lifetime. They used to be the Super Bowl back-to-back, all the jazz and whatnot, and they just haven't had that success. And this is probably one of Dak's best years in his career. So it just makes sense for Dallas to once again just fall short and fall majorly short in the playoffs. And there's already talks, and I watch ESPN, and I hate ESPN, but I watch it every single morning. There's already talks of if Dallas doesn't make it to the NFC Championship game, that they're going to fire their coach. And if you're already talking about that, it's usually, you never hear about a team winning a Super Bowl after that. Like that's tough. So I'm going to take Green Bay at the plus 7.5. I think I'm going to sprinkle Green Bay on the money line. One of these underdogs, I'm not going to say Pittsburgh because I'm very high on Buffalo, but I think either Green Bay or Pittsburgh is going to win outright on the money line as one of these huge underdogs. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Green Bay. So I will take them on the plus 7.5. I might sprinkle in that money line. Also, Dallas is 15-0 at home or some BS like that. So that's also kind of why I thought the line would be more in favor of Dallas. So I'll take a shot. Green Bay at the plus 7.5. This team is young, nothing to lose. They've never been there before, which is scary, but I think they're just going to be slinging it around, and that's crazy to say from Jordan Love slinging the ball, but I don't know. I think they're going to hang in there, and I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the end where maybe Green Bay wins it.
Well, they do have one loss at home. It just wasn't official.
Right. Well, a loss that very well could have cost me $5,500 if it wasn't for those 50 Jags.
Can we give it up for the script writers real quick? I mean, they did an excellent job. I mean, you get the Browns heading down to Texans. I know Deshaun Watson's not playing, but we get Miami heading back to Kansas City, or Tyreek heading back to Kansas City. And now we get the Mike McCarthy revenge game. Packers, dude. I'm with Ethan, though. The Cowboys are better. The Cowboys are better. The Packers, I think a lot of people didn't even think they'd make the playoffs to start the year. I'm not going to say they overperformed. I was kind of thinking that this is a right round where they would be. Cowboys, one of the best offenses in the league. That's going to be really hard to stop. I hate the 7.5, but Cowboys at home. Let's bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Yeah, I like that you touched on that McCarthy angle too. That's something I wanted to touch on as well. So
yeah,
he wants it. You know he wants it.
Oh, unbelievably, dude. If he gets knocked out by this team, dude.
Just wait till the next game we're about to talk about.
I was going to say, man, talking about games, Rams head to Detroit to face the Lions. Lions are 3-point favorites. Over-under set at 51.5. This game has no significance. There's no connecting lines here, are there, Wyatt?
Dude, I've seen so many hype videos, and it gets me hype and emotional at the same time. Did you see the Stafford one, Ethan? There's a Stafford one that came out, and it's just like, oh my God, it looks so sick. Oh,
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. It's so sick, and it's just like, it's kind of like Stafford's goodbye and then his success in the Super Bowl. Now he's coming back home and playing. Oh, yeah. No one in Detroit wants this game. No one wants to play Stafford. He's the guy. He's been the quarterback for 10 years, something like that, and he's been Detroit's guy, and now he won a Super Bowl. Everyone was super happy for him, and now Detroit in their best season, I think ever. I don't think they've ever had. What are they have? 13 wins. I don't think they've ever had 13 wins before, and as a team, now they get into the playoffs and they have to play their old quarterback. It's just the NFL, just a big old FU. But yeah, I'm gonna take the over. It's probably my favorite play of the weekend. Also, probably pretty public, pretty square, but. We've seen Detroit's secondary. I know they got some bodies back. Gardner Johnson's back, or Deuce, whatever his freaking name is back. But Detroit's secondary has been the problem all year. And now we have Puka, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. I think all three of those guys might have a monstrous game. But I also think Detroit's going to hang in there. So I really like this over. Detroit can score. We've seen Detroit score. The Rams defense is not the Rams defense we've seen when they won the Super Bowl or lost in the Super Bowl. So I think there's going to be a lot of offense this game. I'm going to take – I hate it. I'm going to take Detroit at the -3. I think Detroit wins by a field goal. I could see like a 38-35 Detroit win. The game soars over. Detroit game-winning field goal. That's going to be my script.
Yeah, I'll start off by just saying my initial thought on this game was take the Rams plus the points, too many. That was when it opened at 5.5, somewhere in there. It's obviously come way down to 3. And then I told myself there's no chance you're betting against Detroit in the playoffs, home game. So just throwing it out there, my mind was basically always, you're betting Detroit, and I'll find a reason to bet Detroit. And I think I found it. The more I think about this game, the more I actually like it. I think the narrative would fit just a touch better if Stafford didn't go and win that Super Bowl his first year without Detroit. It's not like he has everything to play for here. I mean, obviously he does to go win another one, but I don't know. It's like he had his defining moment. This is not his defining moment to go to his old team and beat them in the wild card. So I just don't know if it's as huge as what people are making out to be for him. The scariest thing for me is it's Sean McVay knowing the ins and outs of Jared Goff. I think they're going to have a nice game plan to stop Goff, but I do like the Lions. I mean, I think Ford Field is going to be loud as could be. It's going to be just an amazing atmosphere. I think it's going to cause issues offensively for the Rams. Stafford is a complete statue in the pocket, which is really the only way Detroit can handle an opposing quarterback. If they can escape, they don't do well with that. So I think it's advantageous that we get Stafford against us. They do have weapons that I think will be tough to cover, but I don't know. I mean, we just bottled up Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, which I would say are probably better right now than Kupp and Puka combined. This is everything for Detroit. I mean, they win this game, it's probably a big letdown spot for them next week. I can't lie and say that wouldn't be, but yeah, I don't know. I think the fact that Stafford already had his career-defining moment winning the Super Bowl first year without Detroit, just don't know if for him this is as big of a deal as what people are making it out to be. And yeah, I just think this is everything for Detroit, everything for Goff. Really like Detroit in this game, especially at just a field goal. This might go to 2.5, so I would probably wait to play it here. And I also like the over. Not sure how we're going to get a lot of defense in this game. So, yeah, I like Detroit. Like the over. Hope they can get it done. But I will say, if LA wins this game, I think they're live to go all the way.
I did see something on TikTok about that. About if they win this game and they win next week, like, don't be surprised to see them in the big game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very likely this game pushes, so I think it really doesn't matter what side you're on. It seems like this could definitely be a last-minute field goal to win it, break the tie. I mean, it sucks going third because you guys hit all the good points, so that I'm just, like, echoing. I'm taking the Rams because, like you guys said, with Sean McVay just being such a good coach. He knows Goff, and an angle that I don't think it's been touched but not completely hit. You said it right with, it's not a huge game for Stafford because he had his moment going out and winning a Super Bowl. This is a really big game for Goff. This is a big game for Goff, and I worry he gets overextended. That's my concern because he's going to want to win this game. He's not going to want to win this on the back of Gibbs and Montgomery. He's going to try to make things happen. This is such a tough game. This is just such a tough game. And I wish that you guys got Green Bay too, because that place would have been rocking. I don't think it's going to be rocking the same way because it's Stafford.
Yeah, I challenge.
You think it's rocking? You think it's going to be rocking the same exact way as if it was Green Bay?
I do.
Okay.
I think
because it is a huge game. I get that part.
Yeah, Stafford might get booed. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about that, but
Kelly's going to get
honestly,
booed.
to me, what's that? Kelly's
going to get. She's going to get booed.
Yeah. I'm glad it's the Rams. I would rather play the whole script thing rather than play a divisional opponent who knows the ins and outs of our team and who just, made us look completely silly on Thanksgiving. It scares me to think about playing Green Bay again. So I would actually prefer playing the Rams. I do think the atmosphere will be just as big. But I see what you're saying with that point.
Right. And one more thing, too. You brought it up with the flag. What did the scriptwriters think?
Right.
I could see another Dallas situation. Wyatt
Right.
says it.
It's Detroit in the playoffs, man. We've seen it before. At least it's not Dallas we're playing. We all know how that would happen.
Well, let's hope that's
That's next week.
Yeah.
Let's hit this last game. The Eagles are heading to Tampa Bay to face the Bucs. Bucs are 3-point home dogs. Over-under set at 44. Wyatt, we did it, man. The Buccaneers got in. Big Dick Baker made it. Dude, the guy that said, these guys said that Philly's a bad team. They got 11 wins, LOL. Since that comment, I don't think Philly's won a game.
This team sucks.
With losses to the Cardinals and the Giants. And were these like super close wins? Not last week. Not really. Not really. Dude, give me the Bucs. Screw it, man. I'll take the points with the Bucs. They went outright. Probably not. They might. Eagles have definitely the better roster. But I don't know. Man. Let's keep right with the Buccaneers. Terrible division. They definitely are the worst team. But I don't know. Philly's just been bass boosted diarrhea sounds all season. So, Wyatt, what do you think, dude?
Yeah, saw something on Twitter. Cincinnati is 9-8, worst team in the AFC North. What are they? AFC
North.
Tampa Bay 9-8,
Yeah.
best team in the NFC South. It's just unfortunate how sometimes those divisions go. I know as soon as I don't take Philly, they're gonna just finally wake up and figure it out.
Yeah.
I've taken Philly throughout their losing streak, and it's just been miserable. They were 10-1, 11 games in. 10-1. They were a sure shot to win the NFC East. Jacksonville, I'm not even gonna get into the parlay, but Jacksonville was 8-3, sure shot to win the AFC South. Both teams absolutely fucking collapse. I know if I take the Bucs, Philly is gonna turn it around, so I'm gonna take Philly -3. one last go, Philly. If you don't cover this, I will, actually, that's perfect because if they don't cover,
No more.
they're gone. Yeah. So I'll take Philly. I'll give them one last shot.
Yeah, I have so much bias just coming out here. I mean, I've almost rooted for Philly against Philly as much as I've rooted for Detroit this year. It's just this team is. I'm so glad to see them finally not win games, but I like Tampa. First off, congratulations to you guys, plus 750 division winner on Tampa there. Yeah, looking back at it, I'm like, wow, that seems so easy. Why did I take Atlanta? But Atlanta was like plus 200 or something. So, yeah, it's good call on that. I did not see it at the beginning. I think Tampa's the better team. I really do. I think defensively they're better. They're at home. Philly's just in a tailspin. Don't know if they're going to be able to get out of it just because of the playoffs now. If you guys actually remember, this is the second Monday night matchup we're getting between Tampa and Philly. They played back in week 3. That was actually one of the games that Philly didn't get outplayed in. I was on Tampa. It was over the second the game kicked off. I think Tampa gets their revenge in this game. I think Tampa is going in the right direction. Philly's obviously going in the wrong direction. Philly beat them, like I said, week 3 when Philly was actually pulling games out of their ass and somewhat competent. I don't believe in Philly whatsoever. That being said, I actually do have a couple of futures on Philly to win the Super Bowl, and I don't have anything on Tampa, so I kind of need Philly to win here just to cover some bases. But no, I don't want Philly. I think Tampa's the better team at home, catching points. Philly public, give me Tampa. I love it.
See, I worry. I'm like, I don't know if Tampa's better than the Eagles, and then the Cardinals beat them and the Giants beat them, and I'm like, well, Tampa's better than those teams.
And they've been outplayed by I mean,
just about.
Kansas City had them beat. Buffalo had them beat. Dallas had them beat.
Yeah.
Twice. Minnesota. New England had them beat. New England had them dead to rights. This team should have had 5 wins this year.
You saved that one for the Chargers.
Yeah, true.
All right. You guys want to get in a squad ride?
No.
Well,
I think
we're all on the same for, it looks like 1, 2, 2.
Buffalo and Houston.
Buffalo, Houston.
I think it's got to be Buffalo again, but I don't want to jinx them.
I'm cool in Buffalo, or I'm cool going a total.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Did we all like the over Detroit, LA? Or was there another total that we liked more?
I did like it, but it's also my big 3, so.
Okay.
Detroit, LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mine too.
Which we can do that. If we want to do that, we could try to find something else. I'm fine doing that.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, I like the over in the Buffalo. I like the under Kansas City, but that's kind of scary.
What's Buffalo's team total?
36.
Honestly, yeah, it's probably
27 and a half, probably.
27 and a half.
No, with that 26.
I bet it's.
You're probably right around there.
I think they get in the 30s. It is. I don't know. The weather in Buffalo is probably pretty shitty.
That's what I'm thinking. Do we trust the Steelers' offense in Buffalo?
No, but we trust Buffalo's offense to do it themselves.
Yeah, exactly. See, if the Steelers could get 14, this is a no sweat bet.
Right. That's a big ask.
I know.
Might need to bring back Roethlisberger and Le'Veon and AB.
Oh my gosh. AB's still got it, man.
Yeah.
And by it, I mean CTE.
Yes, just gonna say.
Did you see his new tweet?
No.
Oh God, it's pretty bad.
How new?
I don't know. My buddy sent it to me today. I didn't look at the thing on it with the pregnancy test.
No.
You see that one? It's like a girl when she has a pregnancy is positive or something, and he says some some stuff, and then he says he would still impregnate her again because he's rich and something. It's pretty bad. Not show appropriate.
I'm fine taking Rams Detroit if we want to do that.
Okay, the over.
Yeah,
Okay.
go points.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Go points. That doesn't jinx anything. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Who wants to start the big three?
Not me.
I can go. I'm going to take Green Bay at the +7.5. I'm going to snag the Buffalo spread at the -10 before anyone else does. And I will do son of a gun. I will do I'll do Amon-Ra over receiving yards. I'm going to look at the line what it is right now, but I'm going to take Amon-Ra over receiving yards.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take Laporta under.
Is he playing?
Dude,
I doubt
that's
it.
sad. That's so sad, man.
He might, though. Outside shot.
That ruined my day when I saw that, man.
Oh, dude. I literally felt sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Is that 87.5 is what I'll take.
87.5. All right, Ethan, you mind if I go next?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm taking my Chiefs -4.5. Not super confident, but hey, I got to take my boys. And I got 2 teasers. I got Buffalo -4, Dallas -1.5. Really like that. Really like that one. And then Houston +8.5, Rams +9.
Okay. Like it. Other than the Rams. Detroit by 40.
By 40.
And that'll lead in nice. I'll take Detroit. I'll lay the points.
Detroit.
Field goal. I like it. Wyatt, you taking Buffalo is not going to stop me from taking them as well. I'll take Buffalo -10. We'll double up on that. And I think Tampa wins, but I'm going to opt to stay away from that. I'll take the under 44 Tampa, Philly.
Like it. I also can't believe how bad Marcus Mariota is. That guy's garbage.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
talking about
I've seen
Marcus
that going on
Mariota and
TV.
Jameis Winston in the news lately. What
Yeah.
year is it? 2017?
Right.
Yeah. That Jameis thing was kind of crazy. I still haven't even seen the play in full. The Jamal Williams touchdown from victory formation.
It looked
But,
like a
yeah.
fullback sneak.
Yeah. Like a little fullback
Okay.
guy.
You just like passed it to the left and he ran it in.
Uh-huh.
What side do you guys lean on that before we get into the OnlyHands? I'm for it.
I'm not for disobeying your coach. I'm for scoring on the 1 yard line. And if you're the other team's coach, you're a little bitch. If you take offense to that, stop them then. Stop it. It's football.
Yeah, right.
If you don't want me to score, I'm going to score. But I'm not a huge fan of disobeying the coach's call. Because then does the coach have control of the team or does Jameis have, yeah.
Team decision.
With the 11 guys on the huddle, what about the other 55 guys on the sideline?
Yeah, I think the way I would have probably never run out there screaming my head off at the guy. If anything, I probably would have just said, like, well, obviously he's no longer with Atlanta, so it's not going to help him. But I would have just thought, like, next time we play them, I'm just going to remind my team, like, they did this. Just remember that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of happy. I like Jamal Williams still, so I'm glad he was able to at least score one time
He had
this year.
17 last year and he got one in the last play of the game this year.
Yeah.
Talk about a one and done.
Right. But also just from knowing that, or kind of knowing that guy, I feel like he wouldn't care if he scored or not. So I don't know whose call it was.
Yeah.
Jameis just like, let's just do it. I don't know. I love Jameis though. The dude's hilarious.
I do too. And don't feel too bad about Mr. Arthur Smith. He's got a job at FedEx waiting for him.
Yeah.
He's a new Bama coach.
Oh, that'll be great. Guys, if you want the full Better and Green experience, you guys need to head over to bettergreen.com. The people that are already signed up over there, they found out about this on Wednesday. You guys are finding out today. New limited edition hoodies, guys. We're only selling 50 of them. You guys, it has this awesome day one limited edition look to it that lets everybody know you guys have been here from the beginning. Same cost as all of our other hoodies, guys. It's only like $34.99, which good luck trying to find a hoodie under $50. We're giving it away for $35. That's unreal. Only selling 50 of them, and we're only selling to the Super Bowl. So you guys have 1 month to get them. And once we sell all 50, we're done. So if we sell all 50 in a week. Sorry, guys. This is limited edition. There's probably 47 now looking at the three of us. So they're already going off the shelves, guys. Make sure you guys get yours over on bettergreen.com. Go to shop. You guys can buy it over there. Also, once again,
they're numbered on the sleeve as well. So
thank you, Ethan.
That tells you, we're not just saying 50 and selling 70.
Right.
They're numbered.
Right. That way you get to show it too. So, hey, if you're the first one to buy it, you get 1 of 50. So get over there now. Go over there as quick as you can. Also, thank you to Sharps. Thank you to those guys over there. Guys, free social media betting platform. You guys can go straight to your books from there. See us over there, a bunch of other guys posting their plays. So it's not just a bunch of random guys just talking crap on the internet. You're actually seeing where they're putting their money. They're not just saying, oh, I put $500 on this when they don't. You guys will see the money. You'll see the picks over there. And Ethan, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, guys, mentioned it last week. The holiday season has come and gone. So if you missed out on getting a puppy for Christmas, it's not too late. Head over to Bamer'sLabradoodles.com. Tell them Better and Green sent you. You will save 10% on a puppy. These puppies are Australian Labradoodles, hypoallergenic, non-shedding, really great family pet. And even though the holidays is a really great time to get that pet, that January depression also not a bad time to hop in and get a new best buddy. So Bamer'sLabradoodles.com. Tell them we sent you. Save 10%.
God, that's a great point, Ethan. That's a great point. You guys ever feel a single second of sadness? Head over to Bainbridge Labradoodles. You need a dog. That's what that means.
Even if you don't buy it, just check it out. Look at the pictures. That might help you out.
Absolutely.
Just with the depression.
They're everywhere. Instagram, Facebook. Go check them out. Man, I don't have a flag or a watch. But what time is it?
It is OnlyHands.
He needs some milk.
Time to throw some hands, and today we are running through our road to the Super Bowl. We're going to start with the games we just talked about and give you our Super Bowl predictions. Ben, you want to take it away first?
Absolutely, man. So the Kansas City Chiefs win back. No, I'm just kidding. We'll start with the AFC. We just want to run through Wildcard first.
Yep.
Real quick, because we kind of just hit them all. Ravens are on a bye. I'll take the Texans beating the Browns outright. I'll take the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. What?
Yeah, I'll take Texans, Chiefs, Buffalo Bills.
Taking the Texans, Chiefs, and the Buffalo Bills.
Whoa, hey, how about that? Hopefully you guys didn't click off just now. Looking over at the Niners are on a bye. You got Eagles, Buccaneers. I'll throw Eagles forward, but I hate that. Lions, Rams. I got the Rams. And then Packers, Cowboys. I got Cowboys.
Yeah, I got Eagles. I got Lions. And I got Green Bay.
Woo!
Knocking off the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is disgusting. I'm just not realizing I'm taking just all the favorites this entire time. But Cowboys, Lions, Bucs. I'm dead wrong. I mean, someone's going to get upset. I just hope it's not the Lions.
Well, hey, we all had something different there in that game. So looking into is a divisional round next. We got the Ravens versus the Texans. I'm going with the Ravens. And Chiefs versus Bills, we're going to go with a upset. We're going to take the Chiefs over the Bills. The Kadarius Toney revenge game.
He has a couple of those. I'm going to take the Ravens over the Texans. I'm going to take the Bills over the Chiefs.
Yep. I love these matchups. Ravens over the Texans, Bills over the Chiefs. Bills at home. I like it.
See, it's almost like having turkey on Thanksgiving. It's just like a holiday tradition. It's just a tradition. The Bills beat us in the regular season, then we beat them in the playoffs. It's just that's how it goes. I love my traditions. Also, I'm a Chiefs fan. The Niners versus the Eagles. That's probably the easiest one out there, taking the Niners. Rams versus Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys to keep it moving.
Yeah, I got the Packers versus the Niners. I'll take the Niners. I have Detroit versus the Eagles. I'll take Detroit.
Yeah, I have Tampa heading to San Francisco. We're taking San Fran. Detroit heading to Dallas. A little bias in here. I'm going to take Detroit. I think we got maybe a little roughing on our side this time. Played them tough already. I don't know. I could see it. I think. Yeah, keep going.
I think I got that wrong. I think the Niners will be playing the Rams in that situation. I think the Rams are the 6th seed and Eagles are the 5th. So I'm going to have, two divisional games. Niners over the Rams, Cowboys over the Eagles, so same outcome. All right, now I have the Ravens versus the Chiefs. Patty Mahomes, baby, throws an interception, so it's the Ravens.
Yeah, I got Ravens versus the Bills. I think the Ravens defense is going to be a little too much for Buffalo. I'll take Baltimore.
Yeah, Bills, Ravens. If this matchup happens, it's probably the best game of the playoffs, in my opinion. Buffalo.
Looking at Niners versus Cowboys. Let's go Niners.
Niners versus Detroit. Let's go Detroit.
Oh, my gosh.
This guy's going for the back-to-back championships in a month.
I am. And if they don't, then, well, we'll talk about it in a second. Never mind.
Lions at Niners. Niners by 30.
Niners by 30.
Honestly, how do we stop all those weapons? Don't know.
Got the Ravens versus the Niners, the Harbaugh Super Bowl matchup. I think the Niners are going to hire Jim Harbaugh, actually, coming off that Michigan win right there. Right, just for this game, just as a motivational speaker, not as a coach. We just saw this game happen. The Ravens smacked the booty cheeks of the Niners. The Niners get revenge, dude. Niners Super Bowl champion. Christian McCaffrey MVP, Super Bowl MVP. I want your guys' Super Bowl MVP picks.
Okay. I got Detroit versus Baltimore. We have Detroit potentially doing Michigan College Football National Championship, Detroit's NFL Super Bowl champions, or we have Harbaugh's taking over all of sports. Either way, I'm happy with. I would prefer Detroit. I think Baltimore, once again, is going to be a little too much for Detroit. I'll take the Ravens to win it all. I will take, got to be Lamar, Super Bowl MVP.
Buffalo, San Fran. Taking San Fran. Sticking to where I've kind of been all year. Super Bowl MVP. I think probably a more realistic one. I like McCaffrey. I'm going to say Debo. I think a long shot, Pete Warner. No, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner,
Fred Warner, yeah.
Yep.
That'd be pretty good, man. When was the last time we had a defensive MVP? Was that
Ray Lewis?
Von Miller?
Von
Think Super Bowl 50?
We had
Gilmore not win it on that pick against Seattle.
That was
Butler.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't
I'm
think
not
he
sure.
won it. We
I know
had
there was one in
Seattle, 53. KJ Wright.
yeah, there's a weird linebacker in there for Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think KJ Wright won it. Should have been Cliff Averill, my Detroit boy, but let me look.
Shout out. Well, while you're looking that up, Ethan, I'm going to ask you guys, I want one team you guys didn't pick even in your Super Bowl as a Super Bowl dark horse. I'll go first. Obviously, mine would be Kansas City, but I'm not going to take it because that's my team, and I don't 100% believe it. I'll take the Cowboys, dude. It's been forever. I think Wyatt, you said, we've never seen a Cowboys championship. Dak's just been playing great this year. I could see it. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Buffalo as my dark horse. It's not really that dark anymore. I'll take Buffalo. I would also, if the Rams somehow, like Ethan was saying, beat Detroit, I think the Rams might have a shot as well. I'll go Buffalo.
Yeah, just to get back to the MVP, it was Von Miller, and then it was Malcolm Smith for Seattle.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's that linebacker. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Baltimore, if it's not Buffalo, it's going to be Baltimore in the AFC for me. Honestly, the only two teams I can see making it from the AFC. And I'm going to go with the Rams as well. The Rams is probably the long shot. Yeah, if they beat Detroit, then they get a divisional game with San Francisco, which anything can happen in divisional games. If they win that one, I mean, they're one game away. So I think the Rams have a somewhat okay shot.
Absolutely do. Absolutely do, man. So, is there anything else you guys have for this episode?
Excited for playoffs. Win and go home. It's no more coin flip games. It's actually games that matter. No more puke in the mouth. I'm sad because there's only a couple games left. I don't even want to get the countdown going, but excited for some very entertaining football.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't have much to add to that. So glad that all the games matter now. We should have, honestly, all these matchups are pretty intriguing. There's not one that I'm like, oh, this line is wrong. I'm going to hammer this team. I think a lot of these games stay competitive, maybe other than Buffalo. Yeah, looking forward to a great weekend for your sake, Ben, and for our sake. I hope Kansas City and Detroit are still playing next week when we're talking.
I was about to say, we'll see you guys next week. As long as Miami and Rams don't both win, we might be here. We just might be looking a little rough.
Oh, that will be the most monotone episode of all time.
Yeah. It's like, who do you think's gonna win? It's like, I don't care anymore. This season's over. Wyatt, before we get out of here, congratulations, sir, on your championship. Absolutely, man. I almost said go. I'm not gonna say it. But hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, big day, big moment in my life. National championships don't come around that often. I was obviously super influential to the team. Without me, they couldn't have done it. But yeah, it feels good. Next year we are fucked. So yeah, take this one while we can.
Well, if you didn't have that big of an impact, you could thank your roommate Stallions.
Yes, or SBE for putting money on Washington. Yeah,
that too.
Ethan, send us out of here with a question for the people.
All right, guys, we just gave you our Super Bowl matchup. I want to hear your guys' Super Bowl matchup. And I also want to hear your Super Bowl MVP. Make it a little bit out there. It could be the obvious MVP, but I want to hear, your long shot MVP for the team that you choose to win the Super Bowl. So let us know in the comments. We'll get back to some of the ones that we think are maybe have the best shot of the long shots to hit.
Absolutely, man. Make sure you guys hit down there in the comments. Subscribe while you're down there. Like this video. Tell your friends about us. We're growing every day. Head over to bettergreen.com again, guys. See all of our articles over there. And we'll see you guys next week in the next episode. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better and Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better Win Green.